Say, fellow humans, I'm recording this the day before I post it. Shocking me doing something ahead of time and multiple videos in a week. Uh, as strange as it is with this heavy Cancer energy. Yes, I'm still on the Cancer fucking energy. And yes, it's ruining. uh, I don't have a particularly pleasant or uplifting message. No, actually, today was rough. Like, ew, my thought. What happens if you don't want to do your mission no more? And I was just gonna like video diary and talk to myself about it, but I don't think that's what I'm here for. I'm here for a moralistic, but maybe I was trying to say more realistic, but moralistic, because like you can't be love and light all the time. That's not how this works. I tend to talk with a heavier tone in general, my voice. But as a person, I a lot more in the middle with things. So somebody wrote me this week and they just wanted me to take into consideration how I explain contracts and twin flames because it may come off to some people as if they don't have any choice in their contracts or they should stay with somebody who is draining them just because they're twin. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you about the contracts that you signed up for. If you want to cancel a contract, repent. Don't do whatever you was doing. Be good till the end, and you get to go back home to dad, right? But because this is a system based on contracts and checks and balances, you just passed it on to your children. So yeah, you can cancel the contract, but it's not done. This is final destination. If you skip you, it's going to go to someone else. And as far as your twin goes, some people came here to save somebody from hell. Bottom line, there's nothing nice about hell. And sometimes you stay there with that person because you don't want to leave them there by themselves. And yes, this may be draining and it may break you down. And eventually you might leave. But by the time you leave, you probably gave that person something they never thought they never thought they would have, which is somebody that loved them despite themselves, in spite of themselves. See, my tongue all messed up today. Because my thoughts are like, what if you don't want to do your thing? My life has been on pause for several years because I was supposed to do a thing. Everybody who was supposed to do the thing with me kind of folded. And I was holding it together. But today I was like, dear God, what if I fold too? Am I allowed to fold? Can I switch my mission? What if I just want to do this? Maybe I'll start making like different videos. Maybe I'll do Zoom calls. Maybe I'll travel the world and just do this from different locations. Why do I have to sing? Why do I have to put myself out there and do that? Especially with everything else I learned about this. It really has turned me off to the music industry. Not music. I love singing. And that would be great to just, I'm probably still gonna just do that here. Just because. Uh, but looking at the grander scale of everything, I'm like, why does anybody who comes here to do a big mission keep going through with it? I'm going. What really got me like was I found out the end of the story of Moses. Now, in my mind, it ended with the Prince of Egypt. Like there can be miracles, boo. They walked across the little river. Me call it the little river. He split the sea. They walked through that. They was good. They was on to the promised land, milk and honey, right? I remember that after all of that, all those years that Moses spent after living in luxury in the desert, getting ready to be able to help those heathens who were slaves at the time. All of that turned into nothing because as soon as they got to the new place, they started showing their ass. And then, because they showed their ass, Moses ended up dying before he even got to like live in this land of milk and honey. He didn't even get the reward. I mean, I guess He went to heaven or something. But that's sort of, and that's where the folding storyline really began for me. When you have to deal with humans all the time. When God asks you to do something, you'll do it off the strength of Sky Parent. But when you look around you at the other people and the stakes, you might not feel like doing your mission. That's where I'm at right now. Like, can I get something else? And I just needed to have a moment where I talk to other people. Because at this point, I had friends. I had all of that. I don't even have my personal Facebook page anymore. Like, I don't know if it got hacked or whatever, but I got kicked out of my stuff. And then I made a second one. That one got knocked over too. It's like I literally have nothing but this page. I don't have any friends. I don't get out of the house much. And I'm like, my whole entire existence changed because I was consistently told I was being prepared for something that was important. And it was bigger than just me. And when I say bigger than just me, and I'm like thinking about these missions and stuff, I'm thinking about stuff where one person can make a difference. Because this whole time I was like, how can I even like help anybody? I'm sure these gifts can help a lot of people, right? But that's really where I'm at. So I need y'all to know we're here together. I think we're supposed to be talking to each other. Like in Saw, when you all get in a room together and everybody's trying to figure everything out on their own and everybody dies because you fail because you don't talk to each other. No, I needed to have a conversation with y'all about this. How are y'all doing in y'all missions? I need some positive reinforcement, if you will. My daughter came out here today feeling the same way. And she started like trying to perk up, like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get the camera, we're gonna start our content, we're gonna do all of this. And right before that, I was like, I really just want to go see museums. I want to go to bookstores. I love vintage bookstores. Oh, and this put me in my feelings. But I don't get to do any of the things I wanted to because I've been like sitting here in apocalypse mode. Because every time I go to like open my mind, that's what I'm flooded with. Like, Aisha, we can't have fun right now because you're supposed to be making sure that the people that come towards you are in alignment for what they need to do. So it's like I'm cheer captain. And that's like, but how am I going to cheer captain if my cheer is going down? Because tried to get regular friends. Well, I tried to get witchy friends. That didn't work. They ended up scared of me. and, and I stopped even like talking about it or bringing up that situation because I'm still upset about that. I finally thought that once I got with the other freaks, and that's the best way I could put it. Like all the other weirdos, the people who are outside the box, I'm like, yes, I have found my people. That was not correct. I did not find my people. They wasn't really about that life like I thought they were. So only lost one group of friends that way, but I like after that, I got I got this. I have my lovely children who happen to be going through these strange things with me, which is also like, guys, I don't know. So should I pull a card for some clarity on this? Because chances are, if I'm going through this, I'm not the only one. Like every other day, I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing because I'm keeping my eye on the prize. I knew what my mission was. I was on tunnel vision. But not until today did I say, what if I don't wanna? Yeah. What if I just want to go to the movie theaters and pretend I don't see the world on fire? I haven't been to $5 Tuesday in forever. I love movies. Y'all see me post about them all the time. I used to actually like go to the theaters to watch them. I don't do that. And it's not sitting right in my soul. I think I was holding myself back because of all of this. Like I made it my whole life because it seems sort of important. I talk to people all the time getting jumped by demons. I got to tell them how to get cleaned off. I have to walk people through death. I got to talk to ghosts. This is all very real stuff that makes it. It should actually, ooh, it's actually, it should make it like more precious when I go out there. Like, isn't it nice just to see the birds and the trees? Because people be dying. But instead, it just makes that all feel very, what the fuck? Like, what's even going on right now? So I am going to pull. What is this ew that I'm feeling? I guess in most cases, people, they have a hype man, right? Like King Arthur had Merlin, Ariel had Flounder. Like everybody has a hype person. Like, where's my hype person? I feel very cheated on this mission. Am I a one-man army? What is the message that I need to know at this moment? What is the message? Probably gonna start going live too. I'm just talking to y'all like a regular person, so I feel like this is annoying. What is this? What that mean? So I'm using the African goddess deck, right? I love this deck. The colors are so vibrant and beautiful. But I got fearless love, desire, creativity, chords, harvest. I get ridiculously petty. Like I could read it, but like I'm really, my soul is boycotting this right now. Like fuck these cards, fuck these charts. Like all I get to do is be in the house. I'm gonna live. All right, all right, all right. Let me try again. Let me try again. The people walking by got my attention because I slowly started feeling like the problem with this is I am doing my job in the position I'm supposed to right now, right? But the replenishing is not happening. At the bottom of that is betrayal. Now we're getting somewhere. So, all right. This is like all my good my good energy. This is root chakra, sacral chakra, and this might not just be me. If you feel like I feel right now, where you're like, what am I doing again? Like, what was that? What was the point in this? This betrayal is bothering me because it's like a black widow spider. Now, don't tell me I feel like this because somebody done tried to throw some juju at me. Now, that'll get me back on my mission. I can't stand when somebody try me. It fuels me. So what is this betrayal? What is this betrayal? Because, yeah. All right. Look, my shirt all ajar and shit. So it looks like something was already supposed to happen. Something was already supposed to pass. That's why I feel like this. I'm not supposed to be here right now. I'm in limbo. limbo. That's crazy. Okay, so when you timeline timeline jump, right? How it works is pretty much you skip some steps. You manifest what you want, and then you hop into the timeline when that is possible for you. Now, little changes happen, like people that you used to talk to, you don't talk to no more. Like they're still there, but they're on a different timeline. They're on a different storyline. So when you're hopping around storylines, you do end up in different spaces, like me in isolation, right? But in this timeline, in this storyline, there were other things that were already supposed to happen here. Connections that were already supposed to be made. Like I was already supposed to be with like my soul tribe and stuff. Like I was supposed to be here now. And you know what's so funny? All this week I've been seeing stuff about like destiny swaps, like somebody trying to mess with what was supposed to be yours. They delayed it because they can't take it, but they did mess something up. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. How does somebody swap your destiny? But the movie that popped in my mind was The Man in the Iron Mask. If you don't know what The Man in the Iron Mask is with Leonardo DiCaprio, amazing film. Makes me emotional even thinking, oh, I might watch it tonight. It's probably gonna piss me off again because I'm lit today. So The Man in the Iron Mask, the quick synopsis is uh queen in a bougie, I guess all palaces and kingdoms are bougie, right? Gives birth to twin boys. You know, back in them days, they don't need them problems. They need one boy. If you a girl, off with her head and all that, right? So when the queen notices that she has two boys, she's like, no, 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 go hide this one so the king don't kill it, so that the other one has rightful claim to the throne or something. Either way, it's just all about the throne and all about power. She knows if there's one too many sons, there'll be a fight over it, so somebody will get murked. She sends them to go live with some farmer people, had to give up her own baby. A million trillion years later, and it's more like 20 years, right? Somebody finds out that this boy exists. Keep in mind, this boy done grew up on a farm. He don't know nobody. He just poor out there living his life. Meanwhile, his king brother is an asshole, a bastard. He doing crazy shit in that castle. He's like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He ain't got no business doing that stuff, right? So somebody finds out that the innocent one lives, and they're like, and I think it's the king. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. It's the evil king. But he's like, nah, he can't live because he's gonna try to take me out because I sort of suck as a king, right? He ain't say that, but he should have. So he has the other brother put in jail with this mask over his face so nobody can ever see that he's the identical twin of the actual king, so that he can't come and get the throne. I'm not gonna ruin the end of the movie if you haven't seen it, but either way, that is a destiny swap. If there had been a choice, the father would have went for the more benevolent, better ruler of a king than the other one who was like, right, making decisions based on his weakness. That's a destiny swap. When somebody takes something that was meant to rightfully be yours, like the way Trump took that election last time from Hillary. I know she won that election. That's a destiny swap. That's messed up. That is a destiny swap. Who did this to me? So clearly, I'm just having a conversation with y'all. I don't even know what I'm going to name this. Shenanigans. Maybe sometimes I just need to talk to y'all. Y'all my friends now. Because somebody fucked me over. So betrayal, who did this? Okay. It's definitely a woman. Sis, let me find out who you is. Let's get into it. So, a woman who's obsessed because my gifts are not her gifts. She attempted a destiny swap. No, she attempted something that shook up my timeline or threw off my timeline. About to get into this, y'all. Y'all can just be here nosy. How far off is the timeline? Like, what's the time difference? I am just sitting in energetic limbo, passing time. Ain't it a bitch that it says transits? Do you see the person in the middle, just in limbo? I am in pending. I was up here about to quit my whole soul mission, and that's probably what the general idea is. Like, yeah, no, let's knock her off her job, so whoever was supposed to get help from this one can't get help. Okay, so I'm happy I did this. Thanks, invisible friends. Caught in limbo because it is off. Like I'm not in the right house. This is crazy. And I never thought to look into anything like this. I do readings for you guys. Occasionally when something happens here, like 211 had a family member die yesterday, but this was the week after one of our daughter was like, she was like, "Are y'all ready to make your demonic sacrifices for fame yet?" And we're like, "Why would you say that? That's crazy." And then he died, and it was the craziest way. His pacemaker stopped charging, and he didn't realize it wasn't working. So when they realized like it wasn't, they tried to hurry him up and get him to the terminal to fix it. And he had a heart attack on the way to the terminal. He was just like old, but he was okay yesterday morning. So now I gotta go to a funeral on Saturday. And so I had to pull cards and be like, this ain't had nothing to do with us, did it? But I don't know. Maybe that's a bit out of pocket. Like because we're in the wrong timeline, the wrong space. Are other people getting scooted out because we ain't supposed to be here? Interesting things to think about, right? And that was my little pudding that just walked by. My other daughter coming in. So I think this is trying to be encouraging to me. Like, hold on, something's happening. We're gonna fix that because it's at least a year off the timeline. Hold on, let me pause this. All right, I'm back. And if I did this right, it looks like I never left. Okay. So betrayal, an obsessed heifer who's clearly, well, not completely giftless. She was able to jam up some stuff on my end, right? But she ain't slinging like this. So let's see. What she's trying to block, what she was trying to stop. At the end of its harvest, did she try to cut a cord or something? That's what I'm. What is this female trying to block? What is this female trying to block? Okay, we're getting somewhere, y'all. So, nah, B. Where's she at? Where's she at? I don't need magic for this. We can throw hands the regular way, right? So, this harvest in this golden palace is the same thing. I'm not in the right house. I'm not in the right place. And every day I wonder why I feel like something is off. And I'm not depressed, but I'm not feeling my best. I'm like, this is doesn't feel right. Put that down, right? You see this creativity? This was the community. This is where I realized like this was the card. This was me singing. This is me singing amongst the other people who probably won't run away from me the way the other friends did because I have a feeling the people that I'm supposed to be around have been through similar things than what I'm like discussing with y'all. This is somebody playing music. Somebody purposely messed around with some cord or tried to cut some cord. Now, cords grow back to make sure that I did not step into the home I was supposed to be in or music. And that goes together because I definitely would have a different home. I was in a hotel for, I was in that hotel for 1 year, y'all. Exactly 365 days. All right, last week, right? I started hearing a Monica song in my head. And it didn't make sense. Whenever I hear a song, it's for a reason. Like after the Will Smith performance at the BET Awards, right? Where he had that black sun. Now that is a representation. You'll see it in the weekend performance and all sorts of these rituals that go across the screen, right? It's a reference to the void. 3 days of darkness. This happens at the end of every like human cycle, our big cycles where the polar, what do you call that? The nodes. When the nodes shift, there are 3 days of darkness and it goes into chaos, right? That doesn't have to happen, but it seems like these people would like there to be 3 days of darkness. So every time I see that, I don't watch the performance. I didn't watch that performance. I ain't listen to the song because it's all coded. It doesn't matter. It's in your subconscious. It's something in there. But it got me anyway. We Break the Dawn. Kept playing in my head. I'm like, why am I love Michelle. I fucking love Michelle. But I'm like, why am I listening to We Break the Dawn? And then I'm listening to the songs like Don't Let the Sunlight Come Up. We're Not Stopping for Everybody, for Nobody. We Break the Dawn. And I'm like, ew. So that's me picking up that ritual. But this was Why Her, Monica. And it's just like about this woman who doesn't understand like why her boyfriend like this bitch. Like I did everything. I did all that. Like, why do you like her? I don't get it. That's the energy coming off of this, right? And just because we're doing this, maybe since the female is obsessed, maybe she watches this. Maybe she'll sit through it. I don't know about you, but when I'm obsessed with something, but when I'm negatively obsessed with something, I can't watch nothing they doing. I wouldn't be able to sit through this video, but just in case she is. When I started hearing that and I realized it wasn't going out of my head, I thought about the fact that I heard Jolene last year. I think I did a post about her, a video, like, because Jolene would not get out of my head. And this was before Beyonce did her thing. So I sat and meditated. I hate to say it like that because it sounds so corny, like, oh, you meditated, you bitch. You'd be amazed how many people get mad when you do wellness stuff. But I sat and pondered, right, upon the energy. Like, who is this talking to me? And there was a female in my energy, right? It's like, what you want, girl? What is this energy? She wanted to talk to me. And I believe I went through this before and I did a video and I was like, there's a girl who wants to talk to me. Like she wants to tell me something. She's worried about her guy's new influence or like who he's becoming and like why he's not like kicking it with her no more. And he thinks it has, or she thinks it has something to do with whatever I'm teaching, right? In this case, that's not what she wanted this time. And this is totally the same woman I'm sensing now. This time, she wanted me to know how horrible of a person that he really is and how bad he treated her throughout their relationship. Like he love bombed her and made her think that they were going to have a real future. He held her on pause for many years, is what she was saying. Like it was a rant. I don't think usually women say these rants to each other, but it was her soul, which is like a gift to be able to pull somebody's soul up. Like, hey, what you talking about? What you want? But no, that obsession and that blocking and whatever magic she did or attempted to do that knocked my shit off. I give you that a little bit. Was to delay and give her some more time to try to catch up. What was the purpose in her doing this magic? What was the purpose in her throwing off my timeline? I would say, why did God allow this? But God sort of worked like, let the enemy do what they're going to and watch me double back for you. God don't stop them from doing what they're going to do. Let them set themselves up. So I do understand that. I never blame God for nothing. God just be watching like, and then he'll fix it afterwards, right? What did she think she was doing by cutting this cord? There is some sort of lie that she told. And she thought by doing this magic that it would cover it up. So she was covering something she was doing completely on her own. But trying to buy herself time, like I don't know, ma'am, how these storylines blend together, how my life is going to affect yours in that way, besides the fact that you loved a guy that you didn't necessarily treat right, because he didn't treat you right. And so y'all were just in a toxic dynamic together because neither one of you wanted to let each other go. It's like the sex was really great. And then every time y'all like tried to split up, it was that passionate sexual bond that kept y'all together. But there really wasn't much else outside of that, like conversation, meetings of minds, like actual things. Like if y'all had not been hooking up, like if y'all had took a year to get to know each other before y'all started hooking up, y'all probably would not have been bonded together the way you were, because it was like sexual energy that was keeping y'all together. So that just answered that question. She was trying to buy herself more time to pause this person's growth, and I just took a ricochet because there's something about me that would have made a difference in that person's life. So technically, even though I'm sitting right here, super duper like, why am I just waiting in limbo? She screwed him over more than she screwed me. Whatever issues he's having right now, even like mentally or stress, it's because it messed up my timeline and his timeline. She cut a cord for something that was already supposed to be. Like we were already supposed to be in the harvest by now. The creativity was supposed to be coming together. Like this was a teamwork. So while I'm over here starting the video, asking the question like, hey, where's the person that's supposed to be like backing me up? Where's my like, he got pushed. Pushed. Somebody, and like literally the betrayal card looks like somebody playing with magic. So I need to know if this is going to be Remy, because like that's really crazy. I've been in this holding pattern so long, I really was about to give up. Like I had beautiful, beautiful music. Like I know like what I'm sitting on, but I am following something that's outside of myself. But I'm like, I know what it is. It's God. But I'm following things I can't see. So a lot of times I don't react on just my feelings, my ego on how I should do things, which allows me to sit in this monk state and just know that God is moving things even when I can't see. But this is trifling. So will this be corrected? Will this be corrected? Why? It's saying, now that I know what the issue is, I need to forgive her because she's just she doesn't know who she is. She has a lack mentality about herself. And to be honest, it looks like she could have benefited from watching some of these videos too. If you weren't being a hater, you could have learned something. She might have learned something. I mean, she knocked my shit off. She ain't do that by herself. Mm-mm. She hired somebody. She did not do that by herself. Like, yeah, no, no, no. This was not on her own. So I'm supposed to forgive and release this. And then step back into the energy I was saying at the beginning of the video. I'm gonna hop out the house. I'm going to do things. I'm going to record in other locations, and I'm going to do the music thing here because it looks like, ironically, I came on here to complain and say I was saying fuck it, and I was quitting. I was just gonna do this job forever. I'm not gonna do the same thing that I was born to do. Because why? For these people, as soon as you sing and get them where they going, they just going to turn up and Sodom and Gomorrah shit anyway. But no, me tapping into that was me like bypassing what was supposed to happen. So even if whatever she knocked off doesn't happen, what she did was magic towards him. Like I mean, it hit me because of course there might have been like something in there like separating me from him or making sure like I was bound or whatever the case may be. But she didn't stop my destiny. She was messing with his timelines. If I were to jump out there and start doing like everything I just said, even if it's not him, somebody else will pop up because it's my destiny, it's my timeline, and I'm already late to the stage. This is some handy shit. So y'all, this wasn't even what this conversation was supposed to be about. I mean, I thought I was gonna come on here and have a real life, but for some reason, I feel like this could help somebody else. And also, you got to see how a reading came together and how I get guided through it. But no, absolutely, somebody was doing magic, still is doing. Is she still doing magic? I don't have anybody in my freezer. I had to think about it. When you don't want somebody to mess with you, you put them in your freezer. You put them on ice, ice that hoe, ice, ice, baby. Is this woman still working magic? It should be good now. It's been over a year. Could you really like, dang it, who don't want their dude to grow? That's sad. Is she still doing? Oh my goodness. Leave me alone. Lady. She doesn't know what to do with her life. And now I'm just reading this so y'all can be messing with me because this is tea. She doesn't know what to do with her life. She does not know who she is. She doesn't know where to go. She doesn't know where she is without this man. She's stuck. And that's all this is. She's stuck. So yes, she is. It could just be the evil eye. Look at this. Right? Stuck, anxious, deceit. And this is the world, but I'm noticing that the person is like hiding in a hoodie. So she's lurking. She probably lurking on him. I don't think she's lurking on me, but I don't know. I just really, when I can't stand a bitch, I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her anything. But maybe she built different. Because this is those two hooded people hiding. Baby, you ain't gonna hide from me. Oh no. That's what this archetype deck is for. Who is this heathen, this harlot, this hater? Who is this person behind the mask? Her heart is motivating her to do some foolish stuff in the hope that this is going to be her path to happiness. If she could just like not figure out who she is or ever have to worry about that in her life, she would be great if she could just have that guy take care of everything and she just like focus over here on not developing her character any. I'm sorry. I'm working on the forgiveness thing. Give me a few minutes, guys. So, hell. Bro, what you do to this bitch? That's another thing about having to be fair. When you see something, you see it and you can't like turn your head. So this woman is jacked up because she really don't know what to do without this dude. Did he love Barbara? Yeah. And if you don't know what love bombing is when somebody is like hard eyes obsessed with you in the beginning. Like they want your name, they want your number, they're gonna call you, they're gonna send you everything, they're gonna on your nuts, they want something, like they're obsessed, right? But then like after a while they get bored. Like you were a brand new toy, and then that toy, and that's sort of kind of what her soul was saying. Like he does this to everybody. Same script, different cast was the energy she was giving. That he gets really interested in the beginning, but he's so fickle that he pretty much it's discarding. She felt like he used her up until there was nothing else, and that's why she has no sense of self or where to go. So technically, her lashing out was a natural consequence to the way he pursued her in the first place. I do still gotta laugh though. Look at God, making me drop my card because I'm being petty. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but the beggar is here, along with the no sense of identity, because it's like she beginning to wrap her identity around the fact that he like loved her and that's all she needed in the world. Yeah, because the queen is here too. Like she feels entitled to this. She feels entitled to the pedestal that he put her on. So this is ring the alarm. I've been through this too long, and I'll be damned. Okay, sis, I can respect it. I ain't do shit though, but I can respect why this happened. So now we just need to point fingers at him. This is all his fault. Whatever it is, it's his fault. But you gotta stop, baby. I hope you do watch this video. I hope that you are not like me, petty, and that you can sit through this video and take something from it, because I absolutely did. I wasn't ready to use no magic on nobody. That's sort of lame. But this is why I don't use magic on anybody. You never know what their motivation is or what the core reason. I don't believe that anybody is evil unless you're a demon. And that's because your soul has been in hell and you like been tormented by your own thoughts for thousands of years. That's the only way you end up a demon and your shit is just like upside down. But no regular human does not have a tragic lore that ends them up in situations where you just like hexing or cord cutting or doing stuff to people that you don't even know, baby. You had no idea, my rank. This was very dangerous what you did. And I hope you are well, that you are mentally well, because it seems like you're trapped in a cage of your own thoughts and you can't stop thinking of ways to try to fix this because you don't know what else to do because you thought you had it in the bag. He made you think you had it in the bag. This is not that you thought this all up on your own. You thought you was locked in, you thought you was good. Oh, that's what the Why Her song said. I thought I had you locked. So shorty, this went somewhere completely different. But ma'am, whatever you're doing is over. I'm gonna go ahead and call judgment. Dear God, the Most High, please look at this situation for me and review what has happened here. I do understand that this woman has been through a lot and her life is being shaken up because of her personal relationship. That's their business. I ain't even want to get into all of this. I was dragged, right? Because my life was on pause. It was bound in some way, shape, or form. Some sort of magic that she got done, not by her. Somebody who was good. Somebody was good. uh, but because I know this, I can hop back into the timeline where I need to be, knowing what happened and what went wrong. I ain't gotta like freak out now because like nobody who was supposed to support me backs me up and I'm just doing this mission by myself. No, some stuff got moved around so that I wasn't in the right place or that other person wasn't in the right place. It's just stuff was on shuffle. But it was a delay. Even with the Destiny swap. Oh, like the man in the iron mask. Oh, that's gonna put me in my feelings. Shit. Oh, I hate being emotional. And I didn't notice where this was going. Because even after all that time that he was in jail, eventually somebody came and got him out. And damn it, I was supposed to tell y'all the movie. But he ended up being the king. And then they put the other brother in the mask and he suffered for the rest of his life. So nobody can actually take your destiny. That's why I'm being asked to forgive this. Because, yeah, I sat in spiritual jail for a year. But this woman's going to be mentally in jail for a long time because she can't get over how this dude seemed like he was so legit and how he just like cut her off as soon as he started doing better for himself mentally and emotionally. And I don't think it's like he didn't try to pull her along, but she was just like, what is you doing? We have a fine thing going on here. Like, they weren't the same type of person anymore. And she has to figure out who she is now. She has to define her whole identity, her whole life. Like all of that has to be redone. Like that is some heavy shadow work. I would not want to be this woman right now, especially when it's based on a man. Because there is really no worse struggle than you sitting around thinking like, why did he do this to me? I prefer to take what lesson am I learning for this? Because that's the only thing I can control. I can't control why he did this to me. And most of the time, it got nothing to do with you in the first place. It's something that's going on with him. And especially, ma'am, if you watch this, if he does this to every female, it didn't have anything to do with you at all. He gets bored. He was searching for something more anyway, clearly. If this channel or this thing is sort of in what he ended up finding, he was looking for God. And if you weren't a match for godly behavior or activity and he wanted to leave that, you got to either do better, like literally from the bottom of your heart, or you got to move with who you are and step in that and find somebody who matches that. If praying on a regular and all that stuff ain't really what you into, if you like strip clubs and threesomes and stuff and that's your life, honor that. Ma'am, there will be a man who really likes that. You'll be fine. But if somebody else like doesn't want their soul to feel dirty anymore, who are you to to keep them stuck in that. Because that's what I'm sensing. A man who doesn't want to feel dirty anymore, doesn't want to feel like they can't pray because God can see everything they done or did or whatever the lingo may be. So, what was the message the collective was supposed to take out of this today? Because that took me out. I'm gonna cry after I get off of here because that man in the Iron Mask thing just did it for me. And I really did keep seeing the destiny swap. I miss so many messages for myself because I don't believe it. I'll be like, what, me? No, because I've been sitting here for a fucking year. Probably honestly closer to 2. So, what's going on here? Things will fold out as they need to. No matter who tries to ruin stuff for you, don't lose your faith. That's crazy. This just ended up a whole lesson because I was really pushing it at the beginning of this video. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go out here and go to the club. I wasn't really going to the club, but it was the idea in my head, like, you know what? I don't need this. I can like go out here and do other things. I can live. Now I feel like I'll get up tomorrow and do my job again. Then maybe I'll go for a walk. Let me start there. Then maybe I'll try something I haven't done in a while next week, like go to one of them museums or $5 Tuesday, because I am no longer bound. Me not being mad at her undoes anything that was sent this way, even if she paid somebody else to do it. I'm not mad at you, honey. I'm not mad at the person that took the money or anything. Somebody can only hit what's in your chest. Your hurt had nothing to do with me, and I'm very happy I did this because I could have sat around here being mad after I saw that woman revenge. Like, she ain't know what to do it. She ain't want to hurt him, I guess. He just wanted him back. Ew. See, and I had this firm belief my whole life, and I couldn't understand it, right? I'm probably mediocre peen. Like, I done seen friends, because I waited to have sex later than everybody else, acting crazy out of their mind over dudes. And I ain't never understand. I do believe there is a such thing uh, as a scale of pleasure, up and down. If you go too far up here, the crash is going to be all the way down here. You're going to feel that. But if you stay right here in this little middle sweet spot of it's okay, P, it do what it need to, but it's not about to have you selling your soul, hexing strangers. There's a such thing as sex that is too good and people that are too addictive. If that's the type of nigga this is, you keep that dick magician. Cause honey, he had you all messed up. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I really did. And I am about to watch The Man in the Iron Mask. Y'all have a good evening. Or day. Or should I just post this tonight? It's 9:26. I don't think I'll do it tonight.